Hello, I hope you can hear me. It looks quite bright. This window open. Just for this better. Yes, hello to the Nottingham Beauty Center. Welcome to Nottingham Beauty Center shopping. For just a few minutes, I'm adjusting a bit the technology. And obviously know that the Nottingham Beauty Center. So yes, somebody connected already. Be good if you can type in the chat box where you connected from, with your name. Also, it would be good for me to know if you can hear me clearly. Yeah, we still have a few more minutes before we start the meditation today. So just waiting a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 more minutes before starting the session. Be sure that you are comfortable, sit, just something else. Okay. Hey, oh, here I am. I bet you can recognize the place a little bit. There's still some calligraphy to go on the walls on this side of the room. Good. Just about to start. Can you hear me well, Moni? I hope you can. So today we're going to be practicing the Metta Bhavana. It's one of the two. Thank you. The microphone is not right in this computer. Anyhow, we're just about to start, and I'm here at Morna's place with my host for this week. So I think this is a first ever drop-in meditation on Morna's flat. This improvised shrine. Yeah, so it's just 1 o'clock. So I'm going to start the meditation. So hopefully you, those of you who are connected right now, follow what I'm saying. It's a bit difficult with the technology that I have at the moment here, but it's going to be wholehearted meta today. Very, very apt, very in the right connection, the heart, exploring the heart. So I was saying at the beginning, a few seconds ago, that this is one of the two meditations that we teach at the Nottingham Buddhist Center. So, and the way we do it is that every week in all our drop-ins, we explore one type of meditation, and the following week we change. So we alternate between the two. So this week we've been exploring the metta bhavana, and next week, if you connect to us at any of the drop-in sessions, either Tuesday or Friday lunchtime, just after 1, we'll do this introduction. And then in the evenings as well, on Tuesday evenings, we have an hour similar introduction to the meditation. And the idea is that we learn some tools. That's what we're trying to provide in the Nottingham Buddhist Center, to give you some tools that you can work with. And the main purpose of these tools is to change, to transform our mental states, in a way to transform our energy. That's a metaphor, an image that works very well for me in my practice. To think in terms of energy. And in this case, what we're trying to do is, with the metta bhavana, which I'm going to detail in a moment, we are trying to channel our energies in the pursuit of the good, in the pursuit of real happiness, real human happiness. And that implies not just emotion, that implies also a level of intelligence, a level of understanding of what is that we are trying to do. But having said that, it's not just a rational thing. It's not an idea. It's not a concept, but an abstraction. It's something deeper in a way, and not that we should dismiss reason, our thinking, our intellect. But it's more about coming to the meditation with as much of ourselves as possible. So that's what we do with the other kind of meditation, the mindfulness of breathing, that we are going to be introducing next week. So tune in any of the slots that I just mentioned, if you want to learn a bit more of that. Hello, Paul. Welcome. So yes, what I was saying is that with the mindfulness of breathing, that's the other meditation that we teach at the Nottingham Buddhist Center. What we do is that we put together as much of ourselves as possible. And then with the metta bhavana, this meditation today, what we're going to do is we're going to channel that energy, channel all that, all those aspects of ourselves as integrated as possible. In pursuit of the good, in pursuit of happiness, real happiness. Again. So metta bhavana is a combination of words from a very ancient language called Pali. Pali is one of the two main languages in which the Buddhist tradition has been recorded, has been registered over the centuries, and these two words they can be translated not so accurately, unfortunately, into English as the cultivation of loving kindness. But it doesn't quite express the power of the meditation. So when we say cultivation, it's even more than cultivation. It's becoming a force. So loving kindness, in a way, yeah, represents, portrays a bit the spirit of what we're trying to cultivate. But it's more than that in a way. It's a real force in the universe. It's love, actually. It's universal love. It's non-attached love. Um, and that love is a force that enables beings to grow and develop. Um, so in a way, what we're trying to do with this meditation is to become a channel for this kind of love to operate in the world, to reach other beings, and by doing so, to transform lives. Um, so it's a very powerful, magical tool, if you want, what we are learning through the method. But as I said before, we need certain intelligence in order to cultivate this this magical power. Um, so it's not so much about feeling. It's not so much about feeling moved or motivated to be kind or to be polite. That's very good. That's something that we need as well. But we want to go deeper than that. We want to really transform our consciousness. We want really to transform our mental states. So something very important that we need to learn in order to apply well this tool of the method is how our minds work. And there is a very straightforward way of looking at it. I'm going to explain now, which is recognizing our tendencies. And basically, we have three tendencies, three basic modes of operating in the world. So we all experience desire for things that we like. We all experience rejection for the things that we don't like, that we dislike. We move away. And we all can feel a bit indifferent or bored with the things that are not very interesting, the things that don't hold our attention. So those three areas of our experience is what we need to pay attention to, that we need to become more and more conscious of. So those things that we chase, the things that we want to grab, the things that we really like, the things that in the opposite side of the spectrum, those things that we dislike, that we want to move away from, that we don't want to be in contact with. And a huge part of our experience, which is in the middle. Those two areas that I just mentioned, the things that we like and the things that we dislike, they are very small in comparison in that spectrum with what is in the middle. And in the middle is most of our experience. Most of the time, we are exposed to sensations, we're exposed to experiences, events that don't hold our attention. So just think, you know, a normal day, you are walking in the streets, you are maybe sitting at home, and you are all the time receiving information from your surroundings. In the room you are, or the street you're walking in, you see the trees, you see the people around you, you see so many different images, sounds, smells, temperature. But it's very unlikely that all of them are going to catch your attention. It might be just one or two things that you really pay attention to, that you really focus on. Or even, you know, it might not be an external sensation, what is holding your attention. It might be a thought, it might be an emotion, it might be some content in your mind that is keeping you busy. And it's very likely that whatever is holding your attention is not in that middle section of the spectrum. It might be something that you dislike, something that it's something that you like, or something that you dislike. It's amazing when you think of the amount of time that we spend thinking and engaging with the things that, in theory, apparently we want to move away from. So we do that with all experience. Something is it's almost like a default mechanism. Um, but in this meditation today, we're going to focus our attention on people. We do that with people in our lives. So there are people in our lives that we like. There are people in our lives that we are indifferent towards. And there are people in our lives that we don't want to be very close to, we dislike. Maybe sometimes very actively dislike. Um, and I'm going to say a bit about them in a moment. But that's an important way of acknowledging and recognizing how we are in the world, how we build our experience. So in the Metta Bhavana, this meditation that we're going to do in a moment, there are 5 stages, and I'm going to guide you through them. So the 3 stages in the middle are relate to those 3 modes of being that I just described. But let me just go a bit before that. And in the first stage, we depart from where we are, from our actual experience. In a way, we want to spend a bit of time just dwelling in our relationship with ourselves. So in the first stage of the Metta Bhavana, we are going to try to cultivate a sense of loving kindness, this powerful love that I mentioned before, towards our experience. And it's our concrete experience here and now. So it's not the memory of what we have done. It's not the ideas that we have of what we can achieve in the future. It's what is happening right now here. So it's very concrete. It's very down to earth. It's not about the stories that we tell ourselves why we deserve love, justifying our lives. No, we don't want to go there. What we want is just to focus on what's happening here right now, what's happening in the experience of the body. The fact that you are taking time today to watch this video, to follow this meditation. A way rejoicing that we have a human body, that we are able to create this space to understand better the nature of our minds, the nature of our emotions, and to transform them. By the very fact of understanding them, we start to transform. So in that first section, we're going to spend a few minutes just doing that, just doing acknowledging what's happening and bringing a sense of appreciation, valuing our experience, without justifying it, without telling ourselves stories, without repeating the same narratives that probably we grew up with, that we inherit from the different contexts, the different conditions that has created us, our family, school, society, work, university, etc. So I'm going to ring the bell at the end of that section, and then we move into the second stage of the Metta Bhavana. In the second stage of the Metta Bhavana, we're going to bring to mind somebody that we like. So the way we refer to this stage of this person in the Buddhist tradition is a good friend, the boon companion. So not just a mate, not just somebody that we like, that maybe We like to spend time with them, but perhaps the way we spend time with them is not very skillful. In this case, we're trying to aim for somebody who really nourishes us, who uplifts us, somebody whose presence in our lives is a sort of joy, is a sort of is a source of nourishment. Somebody, another way of putting it, is somebody that we look up to, or somebody that we go and ask for advice. And we spend a bit of time as well just bringing them to mind, just recognizing the benefits of their presence in our lives, and wishing them well, wishing them real joy, real happiness. I'll ring the bell at the end of that stage, and then we move into that middle section of the spectrum where we call to mind somebody who is a familiar face. Sometimes we refer to this person as a neutral person. A neutral in the sense that we don't like or dislike this person really. We are not invested in this person. So we don't have anything to gain or to lose from being in contact with this person. So in a way, our most selfish tendencies, they are, we are acting in ways of counterbalancing. So it's not about us anymore. It's about this person. Probably we don't know even their name. We just can't recognize their faces, and then just bring them to mind and just wishing them well, wishing them happiness. And then I'll ring the bell at the end of that, and we move into the fourth stage of this practice. And we bring to mind somebody who is difficult, or better put, somebody that we experience as difficult. And it's a very important distinction. In the Buddhist tradition, sometimes we talk of this person as the enemy, which can be a very charged word. But it could be that we sometimes feel that way towards somebody. The enemy being somebody who can represent a real threat to our happiness, to our security, to our safety. It might be that to begin with, that's not such a good idea. To bring somebody who represents so much energy against goodness in our life. But it might be that there is somebody in our lives that we are finding difficult at the moment. It might be even somebody very close to us. It might be a family member, a relative. It might be our partner. It might be a very good friend. But at the moment, there is a bit of noise between the two of us. And what we want is just to invite that person to this exercise, to this practice. And we're going to do two things. First of all, we're going to recognize how we feel when we evoke the presence of this person. It might be that it feels quite challenging to be remembering. It might be that we feel overwhelmed by our reaction. Maybe very deep resistance to engage with thinking of this person, with bringing them to life. Or it might well be that we are feeling all the kind of emotions. We can feel very heated, very actively feeling aversion towards this person. Whatever the reaction is, whatever the intensity of the reaction is, just acknowledge that, acknowledge where it matters, and be with it for a period of time. And then I'm going to suggest that you move beyond that and start to look at this person beyond your lenses. So recognizing that this person is a full human being and is as complex as you are, that this person has other people in their lives that love them and appreciate them, rightly or wrongly, but it's a fact. Um, yeah, and then I'll ring the bell at the end of this section, and we move to the last stage of the practice. And in the last stage of the practice, what you're going to do is basically trying to bring a sense of equal appreciation to all these four people: yourself, your good friend, the neutral person, and the person that you find difficult. And just try to connect with them in a way that is uh, deeply appreciative, even warm, uh, but without preference. So we're trying to move away from just sticking with our good friends or just avoiding the difficult person. We're trying to be with them, with all of them. Even sometimes the most difficult person can be ourselves. We might not have a very healthy relationship with ourselves. So the idea is that we try to cultivate a sense of equanimity in our emotions towards all sentient beings, including ourselves. And then we expand this sense of appreciation, this sense of loving kindness, warm attention, awareness to all sentient beings throughout the world, even beyond that, throughout the universe. It's very likely that we are not alone in the universe. So, yeah, there's life beyond the solar system, and we can appreciate that, even if we cannot conceive uh, those forms of life. Conceive them accurately. With an imagination, we can create many different worlds, fantasy, science fiction, is full of that, all those possibilities. Uh, and then we conclude the meditation. So I hope that's enough. I hope you at home you have place to sit and meditate. I'm not going to say much about posture. It's difficult to know what you have at home. Um, the main thing with posture is that you are comfortable and that it doesn't allow you to fall asleep. Sometimes easily in this sense. Sometimes with meditation, what happens is that we reach deep levels of relaxation. But as a result of that as well, we might fall asleep easily. Uh, and it might just be that our nervous system is quite active. We are, well, nowadays we are so exposed to so much input all the time, and our brains need to work so much. Um, I think as soon as we can switch to a different mode of being, our nervous system just relaxes. And it might be that what is needed is just to have a bit of a nap, just to go deep, rest. And that's okay. That's okay. It might be that that's what you need. But it's better if it doesn't become a habit. If meditation doesn't become a way just to fall asleep. I would recommend if you find that it's constantly happening, it might be a good idea to sit and do a bit of meditation, having some space with your experience just before going to bed. So it might help you sleep better. Okay, so let's start. So we're going to have a bit of a longish meditation today, and I'm going to ring the bells, and I'm going to um, remind you of what we are doing in each stage. in the belly. Make sure that you are in a comfortable posture, that you have all what you need at this moment in time, this place. And whenever you feel ready, just close your eyes. We'll start by taking 1 or 2 deep breaths. Connecting with your experience here and now, contact between your feet and the floor, between your legs, your sitting bones, cushions, or the chair that you're sitting right now. Contact between your hands, between your hands and your knees, sensation of brain, temperature, noticing the different sensations throughout the body. Some parts of the body are colder, and equally some parts of the body are warmer. Noticing what mood are you in right now. Maybe that you're feeling a bit tired, stimulated, worried, sleepy. Whatever your experience is right now, just acknowledge that. Noticing also sensations coming from your surroundings, noises outside your room, the quality of the air, wherever you are. The light coming through your eyelids. You're just arriving more and more fully into the posture, embodying more and more fully your experience here and now. And next, bring your attention to the breath without controlling it. Just noticing its natural rhythm, expansion of your chest, lungs, and your breathing, of your shoulders, frame of your body, collapses, allowing the breath to be relaxing more and more fully. And now shift focus of your attention to the heart area in your chest. Noticing whatever sensations you're experiencing there right now. Warm sensation, maybe contact between your skin and the clothing you're wearing. Maybe there is a solid sensation in your chest. Difficult to perceive more subtle sensations. If that's the case, just notice without forcing any change. Just tuning in with the heart center, getting ready for the practice in metta. In the first stage, we cultivate a sense of appreciation, warm, gentle awareness towards our experience here and now. We feel irritable, we feel distracted. Just notice that. We come back to the experience of the body here, bringing a sense of awareness to our emotions. Our feelings, thoughts, just noticing them without getting caught up in our mental activity, without pushing it away. And if it helps, you can use the phrases, may I be well, may I be happy, truly happy, free from suffering, and the causes of suffering, May I make progress? And if you're finding difficult to focus, concentrate. Just notice that. Come back to the breath. Come back to the sensations in your body. And whenever you feel more settled, return to the heart again, with that sense of remembering, acknowledging the experience here with appreciation, with gentle awareness. Second stage, we open our hearts further to include a good friend, a full companion. This person who inspires us, who nourishes our life. Acknowledging all the goodness that this person brings to our spirit, with a sense of gratitude, recognition of how much we benefit from being in contact with and with a sense of joy, sympathetic joy, wishing this person well, wishing their happiness, their true happiness, wishing they are free from suffering and the causes of suffering, wishing that they may in the path towards Again, people distracted. If the mind flies after its fantasies, just acknowledge that. Come back to the space of the body, the breath, and the heart. Cultivating this sense of appreciation, gentle awareness towards our good friend. In the third stage, we expand the sense of gentle awareness, warm appreciation to include a neutral person, a familiar face. We probably know very little about this person. We probably have seen them just once, barely know even like that. But we know that they are there. They exist. They are alive. They are part of our consciousness. They help us to go beyond our self-referential. They liberate us from our self-concerns. This person is a human being like us, probably searching for happiness like we do, with people in their lives that love them, care about them, with equally difficulties and struggles like ours. May this person be well. May this person be happy, truly happy. May this person be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May this person make progress in the path to wisdom. for the stage. We open our hearts and minds to important, to evoke the presence of difficult person, or at least a person that we find difficult at the moment. It could even be an enemy. Whichever the case, start by noticing how you feel when you think of this person. What emotions or feelings bringing this person to mind. Generate, generates in us. You might feel sad, angry, upset, overwhelmed, let down, betrayed. Whatever the experience is, just notice it. Maybe even notice the intensity of the response, the emotions. And then try to look beyond that, to see this person beyond your ideas, beyond the labels that you have put. This person is a human being, just like you, aspirations, hopes, just like you. Certainly with people in their lives that love them, care about them. And also, this person is searching for happiness, just like you, even though you might disagree with the way they go about it. See if you can acknowledge how important this person is to you, how much time and energy you spend thinking of this person, maybe even arguing with this person, predicting what they're going to do next, how you're going to destroy. So much time and energy devoted to this person. May this person be well. May this person be happy, truly happy. May this person be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May this person attain to wisdom. In the last stage, we bring to mind these four people: ourselves, our good friend, the neutral person, the person holding them equally in consciousness without preference. As if you can go beyond and reach the people around you, in your surroundings, in the village, in the building where you are right now, the flag, the house, location, city, all people around you, wishing them well, wishing them happy, true happy, and even going beyond the county, country, continent you are, feeling the entire world with this sense of appreciation, gentle awareness, all sentient beings. May all beings be happy, truly happy. May all beings be well, free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings make progress in the path of wisdom. And whenever you're ready, after the bell, open your eyes and and bring the meditation. And I hope you have found that meditation useful. Again, if you want to look at other tools that we offer, not 100%, you can check our channel. There are other videos that you can play with more instructions and different types of meditation, especially the other one that we teach on a regular basis. And there are talks as well. And you can also look at our website. It's nothingcenter.org. And there are many other tools that will help you to go deeper with your exploration of meditation and the Buddhist tradition. Very especially, I'd like to ask you if it's possible for you to donate. The Nottingham Buddhist Center relies on donations. So we don't charge for our events. They are based on people's generosity. And that's very important to us. Very important that you feel part of a community of practitioners rather than as a customer, as a client. So at the Nottingham Buddhist Center, there is a very strong sense of friendship, people coming together and helping each other in this process, this wonderful and sometimes even terrifying path of transformation that we have to undertake. But there is a way that we express this principle. It's for us very important that you take what you need and give what you can. So if you can give today, please go to our website. There is a link in the description of this video that you can click and donate today. That would be very much appreciated. I wish you well. I wish you happiness. And thank you very much for joining us.